All right. It says that we are live. We are going live to watch the live video from Nokta with a new release. I think it's going to be a couple new Simplexes, a couple versions, different versions of the Simplex. They were an hour earlier than expected because I got a notification about 5 minutes ago that they changed it from 9 o'clock Mountain to 8 o'clock Mountain. So we're jumping on real quick right now to get everybody into the live stream, into the chat, and hopefully when this comes up, we'll be good. Should be in about 5 minutes. If you guys are over here live watching me right now in the chat, please let me know if you can hear me. On the live stream. So please let me know. We're going to wait for everybody to file in. Good, we got some people piling in already. Digging the PNW, getting packed. I am getting packed. Yesterday was kind of it was my last day of work for 2 weeks. If you guys don't know, PNW's asking, I'm heading to England next week to do metal detecting. So I'm super excited about that. Yesterday was my last day of work for 2 weeks. And now I'm transitioning to mentally be ready to go to England. I'm super excited. Never been to England before. So thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Between the Iron Metal Detecting Texas says, good morning, sir. Metal Diggers, who also visits us on our podcast on Thursday nights on Spreaker. Metal Diggers, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. If you guys aren't watching Rolex Radio over on Spreaker on Thursday evenings, head over there on Spreaker.com and check us out over there. We do a weekly podcast. It's live, and you can log in and chat with us over there live. So again, we are waiting for this Facebook stream. It's starting in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. We can see this up here. So we had to jump on early. They backed up the time, and so we're an hour earlier than I expected. I'm glad I took a shower, so I'm actually presentable. Get back over to the chat. Steely Dan, you're digging it. Metal detecting. Greg Brown, Detector Steve, Adventures in Dirt says good morning. Plugmaster Ford is in the house. We just had Plugmaster Ford and Preacher Digger over on our podcast on Thursday. Mark Thomas, X marks the spot, or whatever you are today. Buckle Boy Metal Detecting's on here with us. He's always in the chat with us over at Spreaker.com for Relics Radio Podcast. We've got 2 minutes left, guys. I'm hoping I can manipulate the screen here so we can see it, but most importantly that we can hear it once it does start. You guys are going to have to let me know when this does come up. If you guys can hear the live stream from Nokta. We're a minute 45 out from that, and I'm super excited to see what they said. Obviously, you saw the thumbnail here for the live stream. You've seen the pictures out on Facebook. It looks like they're going to have three new versions of the Simplex coming out, different versions of it. I don't know what to expect, honestly. I mean, who isn't putting out new metal detectors right now yet, right? I mean, we've got MindLab coming out, we've got Nokta coming out, just tons and tons of new machines that are coming out here. Nothing from the United States though, which is interesting. Over on the chat again, guys. I appreciate you coming on here. We're down to a minute. I'm kind of excited. I'm hoping that the audio. I'm worried about the audio. Is what I'm worried about. Hopefully we don't get any feedback and that it captures it and broadcasts it the way that I want it to. 45 seconds out. Yeah, Garrett. We need Garrett to come out with a something better than the Apex. I'll just say that. Around in the Knox area is what I think we need to have. Just my opinion, guys. It's just my opinion. Let's see. 23 seconds. You guys tell me in the chat right now. You tell me before this thing starts. What are you expecting from this announcement? This big announcement from Nokta. The three different versions of the Simplex. What are we looking at? We're looking at different frequencies, multi frequencies. different shafts, different coils for it. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Okay, it has not started, it says. Not good. Steve Cross, welcome in, Steve. Thanks for showing up today, and we're hanging out. Nokta's supposed to be starting soon. It says 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which, if we are in Colorado, that's Mountain Standard. It says it should start soon. Tell me what you guys think. Dirt clod metal detecting. Oh, it looks like we are...
I apologize. I'm sick, and I'm losing my... I apologize for that. Today, we have some Simplex news to share with you. Before that, though, we would like to talk about legends. Some may find this speech too direct or offensive. However, as a famous quote says, I will stand up and I will speak up, not to offend, but to defend. Currently, there's a lot of unfair practices going on in this industry, and many people are aware of it. Yet, people will not speak up, simply because either their earnings are at stake or they're simply afraid. But as Nokta, we're not, and we're going to speak up on behalf of our company, and more importantly, the
So we've got
value
D-Lick
and
here
users of this
talking about the
industry.
legend real quick.
As you know, Nokta has been growing very fast in this industry for the past few years. As some people refer
Can you guys
to
hear
us
D-Lick?
only a few years ago as the new kid on the block, today became one of the leading manufacturers in this industry. And our competitors who looked down on us and who said, what? Nokta, who? When our name was mentioned, today are releasing a product to compete with our best-selling product in many countries around the world, to compete with us and basically eating their own words. MindLab, our dear competitor, when they released the Equinox 5-6 years ago, they said that their multi-IQ technology would obsolete all the single frequency detectors out there. So basically, by making this bold claim, they decided, as a manufacturer, they decided on behalf of all the consumers around the world and ignored what they wanted, but gave them what they wanted. They even made a lot of videos to promote and push the multi-IQ technology, even taking shots at their competitor that they were targeting at that time, which was Garrett. Meanwhile, Nokta was taking firm steps forward in this industry to be a leading player. When MindLab was raving and trying to claim that multi-IQ was the only solution to all the problems the detectors in this industry, we, Nokta, insisted on one thing. There is no perfect detector, period. Single frequency has its own advantages, and so does multi-frequency. MindLab also assured all their distributors, their dealers, and their consumers that they would never come out with another detector that didn't have multi-IQ. Oops. What did they release here today, guys? Xterra Pro, a single frequency detector. Now, some of you will say, oh, it has switchable frequencies. Doesn't matter. It runs on one single frequency. And the fancy names that they come up with, such as switchable frequency technology, is just another marketing gimmick that is insulting the intelligence of the end users of this industry. Because the switchable frequencies has been on our many detectors, like the Cruiser, like the Amphibio, which are no longer in production. So there is no technology there, it's just old news. And my lab, on their own website, defines multi-frequency as follows, and this is directly from their website. When my lab used the term multi-frequency, we mean simultaneous. Now, we are actually all witnessing something really important here. It's really nice to see our competitor, MindLab, who claims to be the only technology company in this industry, who visits distributors and intimidates them not to sell Nokta, who turns their back on their dealers, who've been supporting them and growing their brand and sales, who is suing their own distributor in the United States because they're selling Nokta, who sued our Chinese distributor in China and who lost the case, and who is also suing us again to unjustly strong arm a competitor. And it's nice to see now them admitting 5-6 years later, after the release of the economics, to realize that their multi-IQ was not the solution to all the problems the detectors were having, and releasing a product to compete with the best-selling product in many countries around the world, which is the Simplex. Dear Mindlab, we want competition. You may want to be a monopoly in this industry, but guess what? The end users don't want that. The end users do not need that. They don't need a monopoly because they need options. And as Nokta, as long as we exist, we will make sure that we offer alternatives to these overpriced detectors as long as we exist. And to maintain healthy competition in this industry. Now, we know, my lab, you're having some issues. We know that your sales are down. We know that your stock price is down. But guess what? This is not the way to deal with it. At least this is not the ethical way to deal with it. And we also know that the dealers, distributors, you guys all want to make more money. And you do enjoy these high-priced detectors because you make more dollars or euros. And we value each one of you. And we respect you. But for Nokta, everything starts with the end user. And we will always stand up for them and talk and speak up for them. So Nokta now is starting a perception campaign. Price is what you pay, guys, but value is what you get. Just because a detector costs $1,600, that doesn't mean you're getting a lot more performance or you're finding a lot more fun. Nokta wants this hobby to grow, and that can only be sustained with competition and affordable prices. How many people do you think in this industry can afford to pay $1,600 for a detector? And please don't get us wrong. When we say, let's say a customer loves a feature on a $1,600 detector, and they're ready to pay an extra $1,000 for that feature alone, we highly respect that as a manufacturer. However, what we will never accept and we will fight is the fact that these detectors at $600 are not performing a lot more or finding a lot more than the legend. And here's an open invitation to everybody here and to everybody who's listening to me right now. Come challenge the legend, but with our team. We don't want any fanboys making videos, okay? Come with your simultaneous multi-frequency detector, whatever it is, whether it's the Manticore, whether it's the Deus 2, whether it's the Equinox, doesn't matter. Come challenge us with my field team, out on the field, no test beds, on a live dig, and let's compare 100 signals together. And I can tell you with 100% confidence that the chances that one of those detectors is gonna hit and the other one is gonna miss completely is almost non-existent. And here is an open invitation to all of you out there, because all these detectors perform very, very similarly to each other. And as Nokta, we are trying to be a company for the people. We're trying to be transparent. We acknowledge our mistakes. We don't try to hide them. And we're not perfect either. And we do make mistakes, but we know how to apologize for them, and we do our best to correct them. Because for Nokta, everything starts with the end users, and we put our end users, which is our biggest motivation, guys, before our profits. So we will fight to educate all the end users about this deception, where if they pay a lot more, they're gonna get a lot more, because we believe it is really not fair for the end users. This is all I wanted to share, and now we're going to show you the new Simplex new generation series. As you know, guys, Simplex today is still unrivaled and the bestseller in many countries. Why? It is offered at an entry-level price point, yet it performs like a high-end machine when it comes to depth and some other factors. Now, the Simplex, many customers have been asking us to change things on the Simplex or to give an update on the Simplex software. However, we kept telling customers that we do not want to upgrade the Simplex and make it into another detector, because the Simplex is the best beginner's machine, and we wanted to keep it simple. And we didn't want to turn it to a complicated machine with adding settings to it and a bunch of, even a bunch of upgrades. However, we've been listening to all our end users, and now we are going to be offering a new generation of Simplex, which has been advanced in many ways. First, the ergonomics, the weight. The current Simplex, guys, weighs around 1,450 grams, around 1.4 kilos. Now, the new generation Simplex, based on the model you choose, if you go with the highest one, which is all carbon fiber shaft, which will change the system box and the armrest, weighs 1,180 grams only. So this is a huge difference between the current Simplex and the new generation Simplex. Now, what will be the differences between these detectors? The first one is called the Simplex Lite. The second one, the mid one, is called the Simplex BT, standing for Bluetooth. And the top one is called the Simplex Ultra. The Simplex Lite will be the cheapest model that we're going to be offering to customers who want a very easy to use machine and who do not care about wireless, using a wireless headphone. So this will not have any Bluetooth capability, yet it will have the performance of the Simplex. And what was I going to say? My throat is killing me. It's going to have a few modes and the basic settings to it. And it's going to come with the regular shaft of the current Simplex. One thing I have to mention though, the coils you're looking at right now, the shape on these coils will be changing. They were not ready for this show, so I couldn't bring them over, but the new generation Simplex coils will look different than these. All these detectors have been updated to 15 kilohertz from 12 kilohertz. And 15 kilohertz will be on all of them, which is the best frequency for all-round detecting. Now, this second one, the Simplex BT, will be replacing in the future the current Simplex Plus.
Ah.
This one now is going to work with Bluetooth. No more 2.4 gigahertz wires, but we switched to Bluetooth. This is also 15 kilohertz. This has got the modes of the current Simplex and the settings of the current Simplex, with a difference of maybe a setting or two. So when you want to compare the current Simplex Plus, this is the model you want to compare it to. If you look at these units, before I go to the Ultra one, you can see that the system boxes are a lot thinner now. And I actually want a volunteer. What is the current Simplex? Yeah. I actually want a volunteer to feel the current Simplex versus this one. Somebody? Anybody? So this is only 1,180, which is equal to, thank you, I believe around 2.5 pounds. So now, once we go to the Simplex Ultra, now this unit has got a lot more modes and it's got a lot of more settings that these Simplex users have been requesting from us. You know, such as your recovery speed, such as your, tone settings. So this is all in the Simplex Ultra now, and this unit will also come, the Ultra one will also come with the Bluetooth headphones in the package. So as you can see, we have made major improvements on the current Simplex. It was unrivaled. Now the best just got better. Hardware, software, mechanical, ergonomics, weight, everything has been changed in the Simplex. This is, now probably you're all going to ask me what the price is going to be, when it's going to be available. As I said many times in the past, I am done with giving dates. I don't want to upset any end users. I don't want to upset any dealers and distributors. So until we know for a fact when we're starting to ship, we're not going to share that. But it shouldn't be too long. And the price will be shared with our distributors and dealers in the upcoming days. So I'm sure they will also share that information with the end users. Any questions from the crowd here?
Coil size.
It looks like I shocked you guys with my speech. Nobody.
I'm sorry, coil size will be the same for the three models?
Yes, the coil size will be the same for all of them, whether it's the light, whether it's the, whether it's the light, whether it's the BT, whether it's the Ultra. Any other questions? Questions? No questions? Anyway, if you have any extra questions, you can always reach us at any time. Thank you for listening. This is Dilek with Nokta Detectors, and I'm sorry I forgot to introduce him at the beginning, but I've been very sick, guys. That's why I have this, and I'm shivering. This is Volkan. He's our sales manager, and thank you. Thank you so much for your support, for being here. Nokta Detectors. Our new upcoming pinpointer, yes, it will be able to connect with this as well as the legend. Yes. Okay? Thank you so much. We will share that very soon with the distributors and dealers, but you can bet that it's going to be very competitively priced, as always. Okay? Nokta Detectors love you. Bye.
Thank you guys.
All right. So there we go. 3 brand new Simplexes. Holy cow. The Light, the BT or the Bluetooth, and the Ultra. What do you guys think? I think I've been watching the chat over here as well. Some fantastic comments, ideas, opinions going on. I think that DK from Adventures in Dirt just asked a fantastic question. He just asked, will they upgrade the current Simplex machines to the Ultra? New features or a new purchase is required? That's a great question because they haven't done an upgrade to the software in that since 2020. And so the way that it sounds from Delic is that they just chose not to do a software upgrade like many of the other companies are doing right now. But they just came out with an upgraded software box and then some different features with it. That with the Ultra, the carbon fiber shaft going down to 1.1 kilograms. Interesting. A lighter machine, right? Since Deus kind of set the bar with that, coming out with super light machines, it's been fantastic to get those lighter ones out there for sure. Really encourages people to really get out and hunt a lot longer. But tell me what you guys think about all this. This is great. Dig in the PNW says they're probably phasing out the old Simplex. I agree. If you did see from Nokta, they did have a deal on the Simplex come out here recently with a whole bunch of different added things in it. We should have seen this coming when those companies put out those incredible deals. Hey, look, remember the Equinox 800 and 600? They went on a deal, and then what they come out with? The 700 or the 900. Same thing with this Simplex right here. It looks like they came out with that killer deal. And all of a sudden now they come out with 3 different models. Interesting. We need to take note of this when these companies do this. Let's see. Detector Steve says, I think it's a good idea and they will sell a lot of units for people just getting into detecting. The Simplex is a fantastic machine. I do believe that it is a mid-level performance at a beginner price. Just my opinion on that one. A lot of the things in the Simplex, the original Simplex, were not in the beginner level area, but they certainly had a beginner level price with that machine. So I think they did it well with that. Let's see. Smart play. There are too many metal detectors coming out from all these companies. If I was just starting out metal detecting now, I would be so confused. Metal detecting Northwestern Wisconsin. I agree, which is important. Why you need to get with a distributor, a person that knows everything that's available out there, but most importantly is asking you questions. How are you going to use this? What are you using it for? What is your experience? Is this just a 3 times a year type machine, or are you going to be out there every single weekend, twice a week, that kind of thing? The person that is representing the purchase needs to ask those fact finding questions to get these new detectorists into the right machine. That's what I think. Just some incredible comments over here, and guys, I really appreciate all of the conversation that you guys are having. Let's see, another thing that she just talked about, moving from that 12 kilohertz up to the 15, changing it, getting into that sweeter spot. Not having that multi-frequency in this particular one, you're going to keep that price down, but you're also adjusting into that sweeter spot of the 15 kilohertz. I can tell you the price point is what I'm most curious about. Now, I was going to look. I do think. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember what that deal was on the current. The current Simplex, the old Simplex. We'll call it the old Simplex. There was a deal. Here it is. So you got the Simplex. It's called the. You get the Simplex wireless headphone pack. You're gonna get a dig bag, a pinpointer, a kind of holster, a hand shovel, a hat. $399 for all of that, and the Simplex, the wireless headphones, $399 for all that. So what you're looking at is the Simplex with wireless headphones and the pinpointer right there is $400. So when we talk about the prices for these new ones, are we looking? Is the starting price going to be $399 without the shovel, the hat, the pouch, that kind of thing? $399, $499, $599? Is that? That's what I'm feeling. I had said a little bit lower previously, but I think I'm gonna hang my hat on the $399, $499, $599 for those three different machines right there. Mad Max Metal Detecting, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Bucka Boy, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. We're not gonna stay on too much longer. I know we can sit here and talk about these machines for a long time. Yeah, I'm interested. This is people have been talking about so many machines coming out here lately. From the Manicore to the two Equinoxes, the two brand new Equinoxes, to now 3 different Simplexes. The D2 not too long ago. All kind of all just flooding the market, and wow. I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I'm always excited to see new machines come out. But I think digging the PNW was kind of hitting a great point. I'm hoping, and I really do think that Nokta is doing this for the community. They're driving down the prices of these other machines. They're packing a lot into it. They're not out to control the market, to take all of the pie of certain areas of the machines, but it feels like they want to put the best into a certain area and then give it to you at a better price. And I think they saw kind of the market expanding and growing, and you were paying for it. And one of the things that she says at the beginning is price versus your quality. Price doesn't always mean that you're going to get the highest quality type of machine. and it appears that that's what their marketing plan, their direction, that's what they're looking at to do. It's interesting for sure. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the pricing come out. I'm excited to see how quick they ship. I'm excited to see some what the upgrades are to the innards of it, to the software. How we're always looking for more depth and separation. The separation is the most important thing, right? We're hunting those high iron areas. We want to get that separation from the iron to the good targets. And I'm interested to see what kind of upgrade, improvement, step up that they have made from the Simplex to that. Now they, could take some technology from the Legend, drop it down to that Simplex, put it in there, upgrade that Simplex to kind of a, I don't know. I'm interested. I'm really interested to see when these come out, how quickly they get them out. I think Delic did a great part of not committing to a time. She obviously had some difficulties with the Legend when she did that. But I'm reaching out to some distributors trying to get the price point for this. I'll let you guys know the second that I know about how much these new Simplexes are going to cost. We've got the Light, the BT, and the Ultra Simplex now. So I'm interested. Very, very interested. Let's see. All right. I am going to jump off here. For all of the people that came on today and joined me in the live stream, I appreciate all the support. I love all of the conversation that we have. If you guys aren't following us on Spreaker.com, watching the podcast Rolex Radio, guys, please head over there every Thursday night. We do a live podcast for metal detecting, treasure hunting, bottle digging, everything you can imagine. Please join us over there. We'd love to have you over there in the chat as well. Appreciate all the support, guys. If you guys hear anything else about the Simplex as well, please let me know. Send me a message and let me know what you guys hear. Again, appreciate all the support. I will see you guys on the next adventure.